Nancy, you're so full of yourself for someone who's fat and ugly.
Geez, what's with you all of a sudden?
I heard from Mom. You got yourself a boyfriend, didn't you?
Oh, so you already know. I asked her not to tell you.
She's on my side, so of course she wouldn't keep that promise. Besides, it's not good to keep secrets in the family.
Well, yeah. Mom and Dad have always favored you anyway.
Obviously, I'm the pretty one. Of course, they would prefer the beautiful daughter over the ugly one.
Did you text me just to tell me that?
What?
You just want to insult me and call me ugly, right?
Hey, are you sure you really have a boyfriend? Isn't it just your imagination?
It's neither a lie nor a fantasy.
But you're such an introvert, you hardly have any friends. And you've never been popular with boys.
That was a long time ago.
I was athletic, but you were so overweight that you always came in last in races. And the whole class laughed at you, right?
Again, that was a long time ago. I've overcome my shyness since I started working. I go to the gym and work out, and I've lost a lot of weight.
So, what's your boyfriend like? He's probably just as lame and introverted as you, right?
That's not true.
Then bring him over to the house sometime. I'll judge him for you.
I don't want him to meet you.
Why not?
Because you're just going to make fun of both of us.
Well, I won't know that until I meet him. I'm curious, so introduce him to me.
No, I won't.
Oh, we're family, aren't we?
And now you want to act like family?
You're so unlikable, you know.
I don't want anything to do with you, Sadie. Bye now.
Hey, wait a minute. Nancy? Nancy, you're so sneaky. Where are you right now? Why did you leave right when I got home? You brought your boyfriend over, didn't you? But no greeting for your big sister? You should introduce him to me. Hey, don't ignore me, ugly.
Stop it, Sadie. You're being annoying.
Annoying? Don't get carried away, you ugly thing. You're supposed to reply right now.
I couldn't get to the phone because I was driving. What was I supposed to do? I stopped at a gas station now.
Fine, whatever. More importantly about your boyfriend. I heard you got engaged. Why would you leave without introducing him to me?
I've already told you. I don't want him to meet you. I can't introduce him to a sister who calls me ugly the moment she sees me. That's just embarrassing.
Oh, please. The real reason is because you're scared, right? You don't want me to steal him. He'll definitely want to switch to me as soon as he meets me. I'm so much more beautiful than my ugly sister.
No, that's not it. It's just that your personality and attitude are terrible. That's why I made sure you were out before I came over.
Yeah, more icky whining. Even your personality is ugly. Fine, I'll let it slide this time. But next time, you better introduce him to me, okay?
There won't be a next time. I told Mom and Dad about the engagement and wedding out of obligation. But everything is going to be very minimal. I don't plan on coming back to the house anymore.
What? Are you seriously going to get married without my permission?
I don't owe you anything.
But you're going to invite me to the wedding, right?
Nope. Or Mom and Dad either.
Oh my God. I've never heard of a wedding where the bride doesn't invite her family.
You never really cared about me anyway, did you? Mom and Dad have always doted on you and ignored me. Since we were kids, you were always the favorite, and they never even looked my way.
Well, you were ugly and bad at everything you tried, so it's no wonder.
I did have things I was good at, you know. I've loved drawing since I was little, and my teachers always praised me for it. But they never cared. When I showed Mom my drawings at home, she just mocked me, saying even a monkey could draw that, and that you were far better. It crushed me. When you wanted to go to a private high school, they paid the high tuition without a second thought. But when I said I was fine with a public school, they didn't even want to pay for school supplies, saying it wasn't worth it because I was ugly. I was kicked out right after middle school and had to go to a boarding school on a scholarship. Since then, they've never contacted me or offered any support. We're surely estranged. So I'm done with all of you, and I want you to leave me alone. I'm exhausted from dealing with you and my so-called family.
Sure, I don't care about an ugly person like you. But I'm interested in your boyfriend. I was shocked, really. I thought he'd be some introverted, unattractive guy. But he's actually handsome and charming. He's the same age as you, right? Honestly, he's just my type. And it looked like he was totally captivated by my beauty.
What are you even talking about? Your delusions are getting out of hand.
Isn't his name Eddie? When he saw me for just a second, he couldn't take his eyes off me. Since he's used to seeing your bland face, the contrast must have been overwhelming. He's probably regretting getting engaged to you right about now.
Not at all. He said nothing of the sort. It's all just your imagination.
Or maybe it's your wishful thinking. But really, he's great. He's good looking, graduated from a top university, and now works at a major company. What a catch. But he's stuck with an ugly fiancé like you. Ugh, poor guy. I should marry him instead.
Oh my god, stop it.
Wait, that's actually a great idea. A younger guy with a bright future is just perfect for me. I've been single for so long, but I finally found my ideal match. Yep, it's decided. I'm going to marry him.
What? Are you out of your mind? Did you finally lose the last screw in your brain?
Because he's just my type, and he has a bright future ahead of him. I've fallen in love at first sight. Besides, when it comes to getting married, shouldn't the older sister go first? You're fat and ugly, so you should just hand over your fiancé to me. Men love beautiful women. I'm way more suited for him than you are.
No, that's not gonna happen. I don't mean to be harsh, but Sadie, you didn't even finish high school.
How rude! I did get into a prestigious private school.
But you dropped out halfway through your sophomore year because you couldn't keep up with the classes. And even when you got a job, you quit after a month because you didn't get along with your boss. Now, you're unemployed and, let's face it, you're 37, 8 years older than me. There's no way you're a match for him.
So what? Education and employment don't matter. A wife's job is to do housework and take care of the kids, while looking beautiful to comfort her husband. I've got the experience and maturity, so I don't need an education or a job.
Housework and childcare? You?
Yes, I'll do it. What's the problem?
There's no way you could handle housework or childcare. You've been lazing around at home ever since you quit your job. All you do is lounge on the couch with your phone all day.
I do go out sometimes.
Going shopping with the allowance Dad gives you or going to parties. That's it, right? Mom does all the housework, and you rely on Dad for money. You don't do anything for yourself. So how are you suddenly going to manage a household after getting married?
There are all sorts of convenient appliances now. I'll manage.
You didn't even know how to use the washing machine, right?
It's so simple. You just push the button.
But you couldn't even find the button, and you had to ask Mom where it was, right?
That was just once.
And you can't cook.
Yes, I can.
The only thing you cook is stuff you heat up in the microwave.
That's still cooking.
You're not suddenly going to become a great cook after getting married.
Maybe I'll be more motivated once I become a wife.
Motivation isn't enough. Housework is about consistent effort. And you're not great with money either.
What do you mean by that?
You get an allowance from Dad every month, and you spend it all on unnecessary things.
It's not a waste, it's self-investment.
Self-investment? You just buy brand name stuff.
They make me shine.
But you won't be able to waste money like that once you're married.
Enough with the nonsense. Just do as I say. Hand over your fiancé to me. You should go find someone who's more suited for you.
I seriously can't understand a word you're saying. You've always been strange, but has an alien taken over your body or something? This is so ridiculous, I'm at a loss for words. There's no way I'm agreeing to that.
Doesn't matter what you say. Mom and Dad are on board with it.
Jeez.
They said if I wanted to marry him, I should go ahead. It doesn't change the fact that he's marrying one of their daughters. And since I'm the prettier one, they think he'll be happy with me. So, he's going to marry me. You, the ugly one, need to step aside.
This is insane. You really don't care about others, huh? You're completely ignoring how I feel and how he feels.
Huh, who cares about your feelings? Just hurry up and give him to me. He's too good for someone like you. Of course he'll prefer beauty like me. Bring him back right now. He's my fiancé. My Eddie.
You're creeping me out. Actually, he read everything you just sent, and he wants to talk to you. I'm going to let him take over now.
Really? Is he going to propose to me? Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk to him.
Hi, Sadie. This is Eddie.
Oh, wow. I'm so happy. I can't believe I get to talk to you. Oh, I should probably introduce myself. I'm Sadie, Nancy's sister, and your fiancé.
Fiancé? My fiancé is Nancy, not you. Please, stop.
Oh, no need to be shy. Come on, dump that ugly girl and marry me instead. You like me, right? You were just giving me those passionate looks earlier. Love at first sight, huh? Well, it's no wonder I'm gorgeous.
Please, stop this nonsense. I was just looking at you thinking, so this is the sister. It wasn't love at first sight, and I have no feelings for you at all. I love Nancy.
You don't have to worry about her. She's been ugly and slow since forever. If you marry her, you'll just have a hard time and get laughed at.
First of all, she's not ugly. She's a lovely person. She's important to me, so don't insult her.
Eddie, you don't have to pretend just because she's sitting next to you, you know. You can be honest. You're getting to marry me after all. There's no way you actually think she's lovely.
I do think she's beautiful. She's my type.
Seriously? What kind of ugly girls have you been dating so far? You clearly don't have an eye for beauty, that's sad. Once you date one like me, you'll change your mind. You'd prefer a pretty wife over an ugly one, right? Having a beautiful wife is a status symbol. Ditch the ugly and marry a beautiful one. Me.
Excuse me? You've been calling yourself beautiful over and over again, but have you ever looked in the mirror?
What?
I mean, it's rude to comment on a woman's appearance. But I do think your features are indeed well arranged.
See? I knew I was beautiful.
But maybe because of your unhealthy habits? Your face is covered in pimples and rashes. It's quite terrible.
What? Are you saying my skin is bad?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call you beautiful. Your face and limbs are swollen. Your posture is terrible and you look awkward. And what can I say? There's this arrogance, or maybe a deep-seated nastiness about you. It shows on your face and makes you look really ugly.
Ugly? Me? That's impossible.
And your outfit was tacky too.
How dare you? Everything I wear is designer.
No matter how much designer clothing you wear, it just doesn't look classy. If the person wearing it is vulgar, it ruins the brand.
Excuse me?
And the way you walk is clumsy. There's no gracefulness at all.
If you're beautiful, who cares how you walk?
No, it's about the overall impression, not just looks. So, I didn't find anything attractive about you. I suggest you look in the mirror and see yourself objectively.
I look in the mirror every day.
Well, maybe your mirror is fogged up. The way you see yourself and the way others see you are completely different.
How dare you? You're way too rude.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to say such harsh things. You insulted Nancy so much that it made me really angry. But I'm not lying. She's much kinder and prettier than you. It's absurd to even compare the two of you.
Shut up! You think she's prettier than me? That's impossible. You must be blind.
Blind or not, I'd still rather remove a rude, self-absorbed woman like you from my life and marry Nancy.
Rude? Self-absorbed? You've got to be kidding me. Since I was little, my parents, relatives, and friends all told me I was beautiful. They even said I could be an actress one day.
Well, to me, Nancy is far more beautiful than you. I don't know about your parents, but you should ask the people around you again. Ask them who they think is more attractive, you or Nancy. Most people would likely say Nancy.
Oh my god! Not only are your eyes rotten, but your brain must be rotten too.
No, I think it's you who has the rotten brain. You don't even realize how unattractive you really are.
Apologize. Apologize right now for calling me ugly. Get on your knees and beg for forgiveness. If you don't, my family will cut ties with Nancy.
Feel free to do so. She told me that being ousted by a family that kicked her out right after middle school and never cared about her isn't an issue. In fact, she's glad to cut ties with anyone who unjustly insults her. Besides, from now on I'll be her family and I'll protect her. So there's no need to worry.
Ugh! What the heck is this? She should be crying and begging like an ugly person would. She's about to be abandoned by her family. How can she be okay with that?
She's a strong, independent woman unlike you. She doesn't need to cling to a family that insults her and offers no support. She's incredible, isn't she?
What?
One last thing. I have no intention of marrying an unemployed, rude, and unattractive person like you. I'll make Nancy, who is brilliant, my dear wife and ensure her happiness. You do whatever you want. Just don't ever show that rotten, vile face of yours again. And be sure to pass this along to your parents as well.
Wait a minute! I won't forget your insult.
That's fine. I only spoke the truth. So, goodbye forever.
Sadie couldn't calm down and started calling me like crazy. So, I blocked her immediately. I was shocked that Eddie, who was usually so gentle and never said a bad word about anyone, spoke so harshly to her. When I asked him about it later, he told me he couldn't stand her for looking down on me. So he ended up telling her exactly how he felt. She had been pampered and sheltered by her parents, and had never been criticized so harshly before, so she lost it and caused a huge scene. She even took out her anger on her parents, and it was quite an ordeal. Seeing her act that way must have finally opened their eyes. They completely changed how they treated her, yelling at her to get a job and refusing to give her any more money or take care of her. In her anger, she declared she'd find a rich man to take care of her and stormed out. She crashed at a friend's place while signing up on a dating site after another. But as a middle-aged, unemployed woman with a twisted personality, no one wanted to be with her. Her friend eventually kicked her out, telling her to grow up and take care of herself. Now she's reportedly staying at a shelter. It's a pity, really. She could have had a happy life if she had worked on her inner self as much as her looks. Half a year later, I married Eddie. My parents wanted to attend the wedding, but I refused. They tearfully apologized and begged me to let the past go. But they're no longer my family. From now on, I want to build a warm and loving home with my husband.